Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Hey, welcome back to Tim Friend. Welcome back to the Fire Emblem, the third house. It depends on which order you count the houses in, I guess. Blue Lions, hard mode. We're here, we're doing it. Romance Dimitri, right? Is that? Yes, okay. Gotta check my notes. Make sure that that's what I'm actually doing. Okay. Last time we had to bust through Lord Lonato's map, because I didn't want to just do the end of it at the beginning of the session. I want to do this, I guess. Anyway. Why did this happen? Lonato was always such a kind man. Everyone in the village was so nice to me. And I killed them. I killed them all. I had to. I know I had to. I know that. But still, what does that make me? Please, don't beat yourself up, Ash. We did what had to be done. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be bothering you. I'm gonna go check on the town. I hope my brother and sister are okay. Oh, Ash. How very sad. That was my first time killing civilians too. Those who I'm sworn to protect. That was the reality of war. Are you insane? Those weren't knights or soldiers, but fathers and sons. We shouldn't have killed them. We should have found another way. I'm sorry. It's not fair for me to blame you for the circumstance. I know that if we hadn't done what we did, even more civilian lives would have been lost. At least my mind understands that, but my heart... Professor, those in power, no matter the era, always claim they fight for a just cause, that they take life to protect it. But is it truly okay to take any life you please, all in service of some implacable just cause? Implacable? Like you can't placate this just cause? It's an interesting word choice, but alright, I'll roll with it, Dimitri. Lord Lonato didn't take up arms out of a lust for power. He simply believed his cause to be just. Who's to say it wasn't? Maybe we didn't have to cut him down like that. Maybe we could have reached a mutual understanding, found a path of peace. I have to believe that. Perhaps the notion sounds laughable to you, mere lip service to naive ideals, but I can't believe otherwise. Oh, poor Dimitri's got a guilty conscience for killing all these NPCs, and you know what? I feel for him. It's interesting to see Fire Emblem protagonists really lean into questioning the justice of what they're doing. I'm all for it, honestly. Sorry to intrude, but this incident may be more serious than anticipated. I found this on Lord Lonato. It's a note that mentions a plan to assassinate Lady Rhea. We can't tell who sent it, so the source is suspect, but the content is too disturbing to ignore. We must report this to Lady Rhea right away. I hope that's nothing. Alright, I also hope it's nothing. And I'm sure it is nothing. I'm glad to see that you have returned safely. The goddess is gracious with her divine protection. But it was not only her divine protection that shielded you, was it? You are just as skilled as I had hoped. I still have much to learn. There is no need for modesty. I heard some of the students were hesitant about fighting militia. However, we must punish any sinner who may inflict harm upon believers, even if those sinners are civilians. I pray that the students learned a valuable lesson about the fate that awaits all who are foolish enough to point their blades towards the heavens. Yikes. Our real concern is what Catherine reported, the secret message that was in Lord Lonato's possession. It contained a deplorable plot to target the Archbishop on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth. The plan seems unrealistic at best. But a threat is a threat. We must maintain constant vigilance. To that end, I would like for you and your students to help with security on the day of the ritual. We won't let her down, because that gets us a poor point with Rhea for some reason. That is most reassuring. You have my gratitude. The rite of rebirth is of paramount importance. It is when the Church of Ceros and its believers unite to pray for the return of the goddess. The Archbishop and I will be confined to the Goddess Tower once the ritual begins. Of course, the knights will be on high alert as well, so it's probably fine. Oh, but there aren't enough of them to keep watch on every corner of the monastery. Maybe we should expand the Knights of Saros so we can guard our own base. Seems like a misplay on the Church of Saros' part. It is far from ideal to be forced to mobilize students, but the gravity of this situation requires that we all bend to avoid breaking. Damn, Seth, some poetry. While there is no need to fear for my safety, we cannot turn a blind eye to those who would blaspheme so heinously. With any luck, this will all be for naught. Still, be on your guard. You got it. So we get to protect Lady Rhea next mission, right? No. Well, sort of. We get to solve a mystery and learn a little bit of our history. It's like a... There's one mission where it's like it feels more like, oh, this is a mystery. This mission just, I don't know. It feels more like a talk to everyone. 'Cause it's pretty easy to figure out what's the red herrings and shit like that. The blue sea star returns to the sky once more. Believed to be the goddess's home, her followers look to the star and commence celebrations of her rebirth. It's great. It's cool. It's a real religious holiday for these people, I guess. It's fine. Some combat arts gain bonus damage. Ugh. I just did so much dialogue reading. Did like 6.5 minutes of dialogue reading. I forgot how to be a Let's Player. Am I supposed to comment on this part of the game? It's just a little Byleth jumping around. Just a little Timberly doing the Timberly hop. That's how you do the Timberly. It's Caspar's birthday. I'm not gonna send that idiot flowers. He's not in my house. I shouldn't call him an idiot. I feel bad. Yeah, let's talk, Dimitri. Perfect timing, Professor. If you don't mind, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. Well, what's the favor? It's in regard to sword training. Not for myself, but... Well, to be honest, I've been teaching swordsmanship to the orphans at the monastery for a while now. I'm trying to create some child soldiers, you see. How unexpected. I must agree. Frankly, I'm not great with children. Some of them saw me sparring with the knights one day. They started pestering me to teach them. They were so earnest, I couldn't help but oblige. There's much I wish to show them, but due to my own studies and training, I'm afraid my time is rather limited. Which brings me to my favor. Your swordsmanship is unmatched. I hate to ask this of you, but would you consider lending me a hand? You can count on me. Of course I'll help you, buddy. Thank you, truly. I am in your debt. And I always repay my debts, I'll have you know. That's ominous, but okay. All these children lost their families and homes to war or illness. This may sound a bit arrogant, but I feel it's my responsibility to help them learn how to kill. An interesting take, but I mean, I guess Dimitri's good at swords, so what else is he going to teach him? I lost my parents without warning too. In that way, we're the same. In Dusker, I lost my father, stepmother, and closest friends. I didn't have many allies at the castle after that. In truth, I had only Dedu for companionship. Is there no one else you can trust? I once had people I could confide in. Family, friends, instructors, even the royal soldiers. But they were all taken away from me 4 years ago. But there were those outside the castle walls I was close to. Such as Rodrigue. Rodrigue? Depends on what version of American English you're speaking. Pardon my rudeness. I meant Lord Rodrigue. He's my father's old companion, and the father of Felix. On the occasions he would visit the capital, he'd take me out hunting or on long horse rides. While Dedu is like a brother to me, Rodrigue is more like a second father. It might sound ridiculous, but he's the kind of man I hope to become one day. Someone who helps others. Someone who can reach out and save a lost soul. That's, pretty specific, Dimitri. Not that you would have one of those, huh? Oh, please accept my apologies for boring you with my life story. In any case, don't forget your promise, Professor. I'm counting on you. You got it. You're counting on me to help orphans learn how to kill. With swords. And of course I'll help you, buddy. Buddy old pal. Who, this group tasks? Who that? No, it's just a fucking... Just a chill hang with my dogs. So our task for this moon is to patrol and guard the monastery to help put a stop to that assassination plot. The knights will certainly have their hands full protecting Lady Rhea, and perhaps our enemy is counting on that. I agree. Because that makes you like me. Please, elaborate. Why would Lord Leonardo be carrying around a secret note with an assassination plot written on it? Isn't it possible he hoped to monopolize everyone's attention with this alleged plot in order to distract from his true aim? Maybe they're after the treasure vault. There's also lots of valuable stuff in the library and Professor Hanneman's quarters. True. The monastery undoubtedly houses many weapons that rival even the hero's relics. It also houses at least one hero's relic. Whatever their aim, we can't allow any harm to come to the ladies of the monastery. I mean, what would I do with my spare time? You mean to say we should search the monastery? Try to find what the enemy is truly after. Yes, and we should be prepared to fight them as well, should it come to that. I wouldn't mind getting in some training, just in case. Oh, don't you worry. I'll teach you how to swords any day. A secret meeting, Professor? Oh, we haven't been introduced. I'm Shamir. Yeah, I'm pretty much the Lady Felix, and that I'm a total hard case. Shamir is one of the Knights of Saros, and this young man here is... I work for Lady Rhea, and I'm Shamir's apprentice. Oh, the name's Cyril. You work for Rhea? Yup, I help Lady Rhea with all kinds of stuff. You'll see me just standing around the monastery not doing shit, but you'll just have to take my word for it that I'm helping Lady Rhea. I've got to protect Lady Rhea, so that's why I've got to learn all I can from Shamir. Cyril adores Rhea. That aside, if you need anything, ask. You got it. Why did you introduce me? Just more characters to know? Could have done that around the monastery, but it's your call, Video Jame. Bittero Jame. This is one of the last times it forces you to do a thing. It forces you to explore. We've got a bunch of quests. Tournament start. We can do a tea. Fantastic. We can start going to tea. And seeking intel on a band of thieves. Okay. Wow. If you look at my minimap, there's a support waiting for me right outside my door. Who is? It's Leonie. Nice. We are trying to recruit Leonie. Looking at my notes. Yes, we're trying to recruit Leonie and Lawrence, I guess. Baffling, but whatever. Phew. Oh, Professor, are you training too? I was just about to finish up, but if you want to join in, I can stick around a while longer. I might be here a while. You don't have to wait for me. No, it's fine. Just do your thing. Don't mind me. Come on, don't be shy. Oh man, I just remembered that her B support is time gated, so it's going to be a little more of a struggle to recruit Leonie, but we'll try our best. Phew, I'm beat. We're finally done. You didn't have to stay for my whole routine, Leonie. That's silly of you. I was already training when you got here, and I finished right alongside you. Guess I outlasted you, huh? It's not a competition. Speak for yourself. I'm always looking to improve. By the way, Professor, something I wanted to ask. Ask me whatever you want. I'm your professor. You can ask me questions. Are you really Captain Gerald's kid? It's what I'm told. Don't know what to tell you. That's a pretty detached tone to take about your own family. What's your opinion of them, then? You must look up to him at least. I respect him, of course. Doesn't sound like you really appreciate him. You didn't even know until you came here that he used to lead the Knights of Saros, did you? If it weren't for him, you wouldn't be half the person you are now. You probably never even thought about how lucky you are. Ugh. Okay, this really bothers me. Listen up. I don't care if you're the teacher and I'm the student. I'm going to outshine you. I know you were some famous mercenary before you came here, but let me tell you something. I'm going to be better than you ever were. In fact, I'll surpass you in no time at all, so don't even blink. You might miss it. Damn, Leonie. Go off. Tell me how you really feel. Alright. Now that's done, we can get to the talking to people part of this game. Yeah, I hope you weren't craving fucking intense strategy gameplay this episode. Cause boy howdy, they're gonna make me talk to a lot of people. And I'll be fucked if I don't read every line of dialogue. I gotta, because it's written pretty well. And I wanna give credit where credit's due. And credit's due to the writers of this game for writing pretty good most of the time. And that's, for me, I mean, that's fucking high praise. I mean, if you've watched my Fire Emblem 7X videos, you know that I'll just gush over that shit all the time. But anyway, this is pretty good. I'm gonna read it. If the enemy's aim lies elsewhere, we'd better discern their true intent quickly. As I see it, our best option is to explore every inch of the monastery. You know, the place so big that the Knights of Saros can't watch all of it. We should also speak to everyone here. Let's plan to compare notes once you've got a lead. You got it. All we gotta do for this quest is talk to a bunch of people. So we're gonna start up here in the fucking throne room? Is that what it's called? Altar? It's not like there's a statue outside. It's not that, but I guess it is kind of a throne room. Ugh. Spoopy. Let's see. Rhea's in here. Hi, Rhea. And we can go out here. We can talk to fucking... So the format of this quest is that I think like every teacher... No, it's not every teacher. I'm thinking of a different one. This is not the last time we'll have to do this sort of, quote, investigation style quest, unquote. But, they're definitely basically just go to people and talk to them, and you've done the quest. Unbelievable. What a terrifying story. However, an assassination attempt on Lady Rhea is doomed to fail. Pardon? You think the goal may be different than simple assassination? Intriguing. I suppose the priceless objects in this room, like the books and the blackboard with Lajoa on it. Priceless objects in this room could draw thieves. However, there's no one but me who could make use of them. Would that give us an investigation note somehow? Then we go to the library where someone's going to tell me that, oh man, I wonder if they'll be after these books. And I'll go, and get an investigation note. I do have to roll around and pick up all these books, because it's a library. What are you going to do in a library except read? Definitely not goof around on your DS, like I did one time. There are numerous books in this library that you cannot find anywhere else, but once you are here, you can read them easily enough. I doubt someone would go to the trouble of stealing one. Sometimes Seteth will dispose of books that are deemed inappropriate for the monastery. A cool thing to do, but that's about it. In a way, I suppose that makes those particular tomes more valuable, right? Yeah, but they're disposed of. It's gonna be hard to get them when he's fucking burned them or whatever. Frickin' Seteth. Destroying the fucking freedom of speech or whatever. I don't like it. I don't like that guy and his Weasley attitude. I still have yet to get him to tell me all about his particular jam in any playthrough, but... Whoa, shit. Hey, did you hear? A knight wielding a scythe is roaming around town at night. You know, normal shit. If he's a villain, I'd like to get the measure of him. You got it. I'm sure that won't come up immediately. It comes up in the next fucking chapter. Yeah, it's, we're gonna run around. We're gonna look for dropped items like those wellness herbs, and we're also going to trigger quests conversations that we run into. Don't think there's any items in there, so we'll just go right to the cathedral. There's pretty rarely any items in the second floor dormitory. There are occasionally books that give professor experience though, so at some point, maybe between episodes, I'll have to check everyone's bedroom. I like to call it a random drug search, but the joke gets old after about the third one. After about 20 or so years ago, there was a big fire in Garreg Mach. On that day, Captain Gerald went missing. Everyone thought he was dead. It never occurred to me that he might have actually survived. The truly strange part is that in all those years, he hasn't changed a bit. How weird. I still don't know my own dad's deal. Let's read a note from the advice box. I often overhear people commenting about how strange I am. I don't really get it. Shouldn't it be expected that everyone has their own unique perspective on life? Just follow your own path and don't worry about them. Claude. I don't know why it's giving me notes for you, Claude. I definitely cannot get support ranks with you in this playthrough, which is a bummer because I do love him. Love that man. He's a cutie. Can't do that yet. How you doing, Ash? I can't stop thinking about Leonardo. I'm sorry, Professor. I know this isn't the time, but I just can't get past it. Now, for me, what I would say is there's nothing to be done. But apparently, what Ash wants to hear is, pull yourself together. Rub some dirt on it, Chucklefuck. Just don't be as sad. Thank you. No matter what happens, I promise you I'll do my part. I checked on my brother and sister who are living in Castle Gaspard. Thankfully, they're all right. I was worried because they're both so young, but the church in the castle town offered to take them in. That much, at least, is a big relief. He does have pretty beautiful pea green eyes. I like him. What's up, Flane?
Professor, I'm afraid I've acted a bit childishly toward my brother recently. Given the circumstances, I requested that he provide me with some candies. Silly of me, really. The timing was improper, and I regret it very much now. Oh, but more importantly, this place is off limits, Professor. It is only open to the public on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
How crazy. How weird. Wonder what happens when we'll grab this. Talk to this person. On the day of the rite, the monastery will be open to the public, including the Holy Mausoleum. The Holy Mausoleum is where the tomb of Divine Saros lies. There she slumbers eternally. That's pretty much all that's in there. Just an ancient coffin. It's sealed with powerful magic to protect against would-be grave robbers. I wonder if that's where the assassination could be fainting, so they could truly go there. How crazy. And in this bucket, there's a rock. Have you visited the Goddess Tower? It's a sacred place, used for rituals and the like. In general, students aren't allowed entry. But as you'd expect, that rule just excites their curiosity. Some have even tried sneaking in. Or at least for this month, that kind of behavior is totally unthinkable. For a lot more security, what with the goddess's rite of rebirth coming up. Alright, I have a lost item for you. It's this notebook. He loves telling jokes. And I remember that because that was placed in the spot where Aloise was standing last month, I believe. Yes, last month. And that's, I don't know if I've said that, but that is an indicator of who the lost item belongs to. What's up, Hubert? No reason to talk to you. Open those doors. I do like the feeling of sprinting towards these doors and them flying open. Fighting to stop a murdering is my specialness. No, my specialty. I will show my best work. You got it. I don't know why I talk to you, because I'm not recruiting you, but it makes me sad because you are a cutie, and I like your personality a lot. Oh, what's up, Casper?
Oh, hey, Professor. I was just reading this letter from my father. Do you know him? He's a pretty big deal in the Empire. He only writes to ask how my training's going or how many monsters I've killed. Stuff like that.
Alright, give me the quest about the tournaments. Thanks, bucko. Can't go down to the graveyard yet for no reason at all. Bright red cloth formed into the shape of a rose. Good for someone with flashy clothes. Cute rhyme, Fire Emblem. But it's definitely for the only person who wears an artificial rose on their uniform the entire time. Gold earrings, someone from the Dusker region. Well, there's literally only one of those in this entire fucking story. So we're going to go give that to Dedue. One for Lawrence, one for Dedue. This is white flower seeds, so that's not for anyone, but maybe a greenhouse. Confessional letter, that's for Marianne, because that's where she was last time. Here's Ferdinand. Setting fire to the stables to distract everyone, to cause a commotion. It's the oldest trick in the book, but I cannot shake the thought that our enemies may attempt it. I will stand guard and watch over the stable. And the knight's horses. They are truly magnificent. Ah, shit, I forgot to get your quest. Give me a quest. The quest is to give tea to Lawrence. He just gives me a tea set. It says, give this to someone who would like tea. That's the quest. And it's like, Ferdinand, do it yourself. Not gonna talk to the gatekeeper. That's right. I'm gonna ruin the entire gaming experience. I don't care about any ding-dang gatekeeper. Use bottle of perfume. It probably belongs to someone who's particular about fashion, who I think is Hilda. I think it's Hilda. I'm just kidding, by the way. I am absolutely going to talk to him. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. The goddess's rite of rebirth is this month, right? The monastery gates will be thrown wide open on that day. I'll be working as a guide. Hope I get to guide some lovely ladies around. All right. A little creepy, but you know what? You're single, you're looking to mingle. But don't ask people out when you're working, and don't ask people out when they're working. It's a weird little power imbalance that I don't like it. Professor, I hope you're well. As for me, I had a date with a splendid specimen of a knight, but now he's suddenly not in the mood to see me again. I blame all these rumors of a deathly figure showing up in town. Such an uproar must have, beyond reason,
drawn his attention away from me. God, that was a difficult sentence to parse. Alright, well, you lost these wellness herbs. An adult with a taste for liquor. Wow, they actually mentioned alcohol. That's crazy. And here's Lawrence. God's right of birth is the most significant ritual for the Church's era. Could it be that someone has spread the rumors of their assassination brought merely with the intention to enter the celebration? I don't know, man. I'm recruiting you, so I should probably figure out a voice for you, but whatever, Lawrence. Can I support with you, Lawrence? I don't like you, Lawrence. Or have I already supported with you, Lawrence? I haven't yet. But I gotta. Shoot, I also have a gift for him. Blah, blah, blah. Gift. Here's Ferdinand's tea set. You love it? Ferdinand loved it. He'll give me tea and renown for fucking carting a tea set across the monastery to you.
It would be terrible if the greenhouse was targeted. The plants in here are incredibly valuable. This place contains the heart of Garrigmach's 995-year history.
Woman, I saw your shadow creeping up to me. It creeped me out. That's right, you go back.
So many beautiful flowers. Plants that can save or end lives. They're all my precious children.
Okay. I'm just gonna harvest some plants and then plant some plants. I wouldn't call them my precious children or anything, but I like them. So that's fun. You like plants? Just gotta keep her talking so I can get the hell out of here. Let's plant those Nordsalat seeds. Oh wow, I didn't know Nordsalat and one fucking, what was it, a vegetable seed? I would be able to take it up to a 3-stalk growth pattern. 3-stalk growths. You gotta try to make the gardening sound cool in this game. There's no way, but you gotta try. Or else, are you even trying to impress a student? These students are watching you. They're watching you sprint around this campus, pell-mell, and then run into the greenhouse, shove a handful of fucking seeds into the greenhouse keeper's arms, ask her to sprinkle bone meal or Pegasus duty on it, and then running out, and then running back next week to rip all of them out of the ground and cram them into lunches for you and your students to eat. That's for Casper. He loves training. And that's for Catherine. She's a graduate. We got a tournament. Ooh, the controller went wild there. So what a tournament do is we'll have to have one of our people fight 5 enemies back to back to back to back to back. Yes. With swords and win every time. Win all the times. So what I traditionally do is try to go for people with high defense or a mixture, of defense and speed. Because you're going to be taking a lot of hits. It's very difficult to just murder everyone. I think I'm going to do me. Can I do me? Can I put me in the tournament? No. So Dedu has the highest physical defense. Dimitri's got good speed. Felix has better speed, but 3 less defense. Ash has better speed and worse defense. Even worse. Obviously worse. That's defense 8, speed 13. I think Ingrid's the one. You guys. Let's try Ingrid. And you can do it despite, like, whatever rank in that weapon they have. So, like, Ingrid has E+ in swords. We are going to win this fight. It's just a matter of time. We will take 2 of his 3 damage hits. And so that was 6 damage on us. Who is next, please? Another Myrmidon with almost the identical stats. And it's going to go the same. We'll take 6 damage and they will die. Really hoping that they throw me up against a really slow speed sword user, but it's probably going to be a thief at the end if I'm any guesser. And they'll have massive speed, unfortunately. Well, if they keep throwing me against these Myrmidons that do 3 damage and neither of those double, I think the math works out to my victory in that case, right? 2 more fights. Whoa, 6 damage. I have to hit them 6 times? I'm gonna lose this one. Jingus Kringus. It's too much for me. It's too much, I don't like it. Go away. No. Oh, it hurts. Alright. But okay, we got a reward for trying at least. Dedu might be able to do that, because those first 3 people won't be able to do any damage to him, but I think pretty much everyone's going to double him. So, we don't need to go to lunch with a lot of people. Let's try this one more time with Dedu, just for shits and giggles. If it doesn't work, then we'll give it up this week. It'll be fine. But Dedu's got good strength. His speed is apparently just enough to not get doubled by these guys. I hope you don't mind that I'm fast-forwarding through it, because you're gonna see people thwacking each other with training swords a lot. Maybe iron swords? It sucks that sometimes the enemies get fucking iron swords, and you're like, well, why don't you just give them better stats? Instead of giving them weapons that make it feel like they're just cheating. It's a little silly. Oh, he's got the double on me. The double 0. But he'll take the double smicks. Give him another smack to do. Good, yes. Two more of the enemies. 2 more of the enemies. That's pretty good. Not getting doubled by the mercenary. And we'll kill it in 3 hits. This is why physical defense is one of the most important stats for these tournaments, because you're just getting smacked on time and time again. 7 damage, 13? Okay, yeah, odds are very much in my favor. Only bad thing would happen would be me missing like 4 times in a row, and I missed none times at all. So beautiful, we get a Steel Sword Plus for our trouble. How very nice. Alright, next time on Tim Friend, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's going to be a lot more of this. But maybe you like that. I don't know. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell or whatever the fuck. Who gives a shit? Bye, everybody.
We're Tim Friend.